Do carbs make you fat? Do lifting weights make women bulky? Can I reduce just my tummy? If I exercise more, will I lose more weight so I can eat what I want? And you need a detox to lose weight, right? Hi, I'm Jen Thomas from Jen Thomas Fitness and creator of Baby Bump Fitness. And these are the kind of questions that fill my inbox morning until night. In this video, I'm going to unpack all of these nutrition and fitness myths and give you usable advice that you can put into practice today. So let's start with the most popular of all time. Do carbs make you fat? The long answer is maybe, and the short answer is no. So let me explain. Carbs have gotten a bad rap for years, and we can thank the Atkins diet and the ketogenic diets for that. The Atkins and ketogenic diets are based on the premise that reducing or eliminating carbohydrates from your body will help you lose weight. Now, I'm not going to debate the efficacy of Atkins or keto because that's for another video. I'm just going to talk about carbohydrates getting a bad rap and if they cause the weight gain that they are rumored to cause. So in that case, the answer is no. Carbohydrates, as any macro, can neither cause you to gain or lose weight. It's how much you eat of them that truly makes a difference. So let me explain how this works. Have you ever decided to give up carbohydrates and within 2 to 3 days you see the scales drop by a couple of 100 grams or pounds? You jump off the scale, you celebrate, hooray, giving up carbs has allowed me to lose weight. And after some time, you reintroduce carbs into your diet and you notice your weight goes back up. It must be the carbs. Am I right? Or at least it seems that way, and I'm going to explain why that is. So let's look at how carbohydrate absorption works. You use carbohydrates to fuel your muscles and even send glucose to your brain in order for you to think. In order for carbs to store effectively in your body stores them alongside of water. For every 1 gram of carbohydrates that you consume, you store 3 grams of water for a ratio of 1 to 3. Now that's actually a lot of water for every gram of carbs, but it's natural. Of course, water has weight attributed to it. That means when you eat carbohydrates and alongside you store water, that water shows up as mass on the scale. But it's water, not fat. The terrible thing about scales is that they don't give you the whole picture. People jump on and off quickly, only seeing their overall weight. However, there generally isn't a breakdown of how much water weight you're carrying versus how much fat. People automatically assume that any gain or loss has to do with fat and their success or failure with their diet, but that's actually not the full story. When people reduce carbs and see a quick change, and by quick we mean within a few days, that often reflects a shift in water weight. If you reduce the carbs you eat, there is no need for that extra water to be on your body, so you excrete it and it comes off as weight. When you eat carbohydrates again, you need to store back additional water and on comes that water weight. Now you can tell the difference between water weight and fat. Water weight comes off quickly and goes quickly. Fat takes a period of time, like 2 to 3 weeks to register on the body. And every time you go on a diet for less than 3 weeks, you're probably only seeing marginal fat loss. So is there merit to the argument that carbohydrates make you put on weight? Well, yeah, there's a little merit to that. Like any macro, protein or fat and carbs, you can overeat carbohydrates and put your body in what's called a calorie surplus. If you continually to eat more calories than what your body requires, you will put on weight. Without a doubt, there are better carbohydrates for you to eat than others. They are not created equal in their nutritional value. If you want the highest nutritional value in carbohydrates, you will choose foods such as buckwheat, quinoa, amaranth, whole grains, oats, etc. These grains have gone through less processes to keep them intact, holding on to more of their nutritional value. Foods that have been processed a little bit more, such as white flour, breads, and pastas, are less nutrient dense than what I just mentioned. And finally, carbohydrates such as baked and sugary goods like croissants and pain au chocolat are less nutritious than everything I've listed above. So you want to keep those at a minimum. When you consume higher quality, nutrient-dense carbohydrates, you fuel your body with not only vitamins and minerals, but energy as well. If you're someone who likes to work out in the gym, you might want to time your carbohydrate intake to around your gym sessions to give you some more fuel. Let's move on to myth number 2. Does lifting weights make women bulky? I get this question all the time. In recent years, it's become more trendy for women to hit the gym and lift weights, just like men. But women are still dubious of trying it out because for a long time we were told that to lift little weights because we shouldn't get bulky. But that's actually just a myth. Women can lift heavier and challenge themselves in the gym without it making them look too bulky. Yes, I know there are plenty images online which will show you women as bulky bodybuilders, but that's probably a picture of someone who's specifically trained to have that body composition. It's not an automatic result. The truth is, in order to build bulky muscles, you have to have the right conditions, and two of those conditions are based on hormones and food. Men find it easier to bulk their frame because they have a hormone called testosterone, the male sex hormone, which encourages muscle growth. Women do have small amounts of testosterone in their body, but not to the degree that men have. And that's partly the reason why women find it difficult to put on muscle mass. The second largest contributing factor is diet. To build strong, bulky muscles, you must fuel your muscles with food. Folks who are looking to put on muscle bulk go through a period of what they call bulking, where they eat large amounts of food to grow their underlying muscle. They will then go through a period called cutting, where they cut their calories to shed fat but expose the muscles that they have built. It's actually a bit of a science, and it takes some time and effort to really achieve. On specific strength training programs designed for women to put on muscle, at most she may put on 1 to 2 pounds of muscle a month. But what I want to make clear during this discussion about women and strength training is that it's actually a vital part of a woman's health, especially as she ages. No, I don't expect grandmothers or mothers to go out and lift heavy weights and injure themselves in the process. I'm going to make the distinction here between putting on muscle for bulky aesthetic purposes, to have big muscles, and the distinction to build overall muscle on a woman's body for her bone strength. I'll explain. As we age, we go through a condition called sarcopenia, and that is basically that our muscle on our body starts to diminish. This muscle requires more calories than fat to be active. So having more muscle on your body will actually help you burn calories and rev your metabolism and keep the fat at bay. Now that's a compelling enough reason typically for a woman who wants to put on a little muscle. However, that's not the angle I want to focus on. As women age, we are at risk of conditions called osteopenia and osteoporosis, which is basically step 1 and 2 of calcium depletion in your bones. Having osteopenia or osteoporosis puts you at a risk of injury and breaking bones the older you get. Resistance training, which can be even with just resistance bands, as long as it's challenging for your muscles, can help the process of bone remodeling to make them stronger in your golden years. That is also a very compelling reason to start lifting weights. The third most popular one I get is, can I reduce just my tummy? Now, I wish fat loss worked like this, but unfortunately it doesn't. This term is called spot reduction, and the myth suggests that you can lose weight from a particular body part to slim it down and achieve the overall shape and figure that you want. Unfortunately, this has been a pervasive myth for quite some time, and it's really unfortunate that it's been perpetuated by mainstream media. I'm sure that you've seen or purchased magazines that promise that you can burn belly fat in 5 simple moves or slim down your bum for the holiday season. In reality, you can't pick and choose where the weight comes on and off by simply exercising and strengthening the muscles below the fat. Weight loss happens as a global approach. For some people, the weight loss is most noticeable in their cheeks, and others, it's in their legs. We can't really tell. Exercising your entire body and strengthening all of your muscles will help you create a smaller body shape. But if you focus on only one particular body part, all you're doing is ultimately strengthening the muscles beneath of it. The next one, my favorite. Can you outrun a bad diet? Everyone wants to be able to eat what they want, and I can understand the next logical solution is to exercise more so that you can gain back those calories so that you can eat the foods that you love. But I'm going to be realistic with you. Staying ahead of a bad diet with extra exercise is really difficult to do. A lot of people overestimate how many calories they burn in a session. Just because something feels difficult and there's a lot of sweat involved doesn't mean that the calorie burn is that intense. For example, on a 30-minute run, depending on your body size and fitness levels, and the muscle mass, you may burn, let's say, between 300 and 400 calories on that run. 300 to 400 calories in food is the equivalent of one Coke Classic, which is 140 calories, and one Snickers chocolate bar, which is 280 calories. That's a total of, if I did my math right, 420 calories. Was that worth the run? You have to be aware of the time you spend working out overall with the calorie burn. And when you make these trade-off decisions, there are so many hours in the day. You can spend the majority of it working out so that you can enjoy more food, but is it really worth it in the end? Not to mention, your body needs time to recover from workouts in order for you to stay injury-free. On top of overestimating the calories burned at every workout, humans are very good at underestimating the food we've already eaten. And it's this kind of bias that leads to accidental weight gain to begin with. So if you're looking to enjoy some treats in your diet, your best bet is to get serious about them and plan them into your diet accordingly. This means that you're focusing on eating treats only 20% of the time and focusing on a healthy mix of food for 80% of the time, and being intentional when you have those treats so you can look forward to them and truly enjoy them. All right, you need a detox in order to lose weight. If I had a rupee for every time I heard the term detox come from a client, besides ketosis, it may be the most popular word I've heard from my clients in the past 6-7 years. Detoxing your body may sound like a good thing to do. We hear so much about environmental pollution, free radicals, cancers, processed foods, red meats. It seems like a good, solid cleanse to our system from time to time is the most logical and helpful thing to do. There are tons of personal blogs which sound sciencey enough out there to make you believe that a cleanse is the right way to go. And it can also sound like a good activity if you just need a mental reset on your diet. However, I am not an advocate of dramatic changes to your way of eating, especially ones that cut out vital nutrients from your body, even for short periods of time. Detoxing for weight loss is something I don't think people have actively thought through to really understand why it doesn't work and why it's actually not that logical. On a 3 to 5 day juice cleanse or detox, it will help you lose weight in the immediate future because you're taking out food waste from your body and replacing it with liquids. The moment you eat food again, your body will carry the food materials as weight in your body and your weight will change again. Juicing for 3 days will not undo the other 300 and some odd days of the year. Instead, there's a more moderate approach to detoxing your body that will help you stay healthy and help you lose weight at the same time. It doesn't sound trendy or marketable, but believe me, it works. Reduce your intake of processed packaged foods. These foods contain food substitutes that were made in labs. If you want to be healthier and lose weight, replace these processed packaged foods with healthier swaps. For example, change your instant 3-minute oats for regular oats or steel-cut oats. Instead of white breads and pastas, choose whole grain instead. Instead of sugary products like candies, chocolates, cakes, and cookies, find whole fruits instead. Now, I say whole fruits because I want you to enjoy the benefits of fiber as well as the sweetness of fruit. Choose organic food where it's available. Drink lots of water to hydrate your body and help eliminate the waste process. And also, don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and chemicals you use with lotions and creams and perfumes and deodorants will absorb through your skin. So try switching to organic or natural products wherever possible. I hope you found this myth-busting video helpful. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and good luck.